Good morning, Chicagoland, Green Bay, Wisconsin, the people over there in Turkey, in Ghana, New Zealand, Rockford, Illinois, Glen Ellen, Illinois, Peoria, Illinois,
everywhere.
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Fond du Lac.
I was on a hump day edition of Students of the Game. Very excited about this. I was telling my daughter's trying to follow in my footsteps. You know, my daughter was blogging me. She had me driving and blogging and entertaining a 1-year-old at one time. So I don't know.
Really?
I don't know these blogs and group chats. She said she liked to blog. I don't know.
She likes to blog?
She just liked to run her mouth. I think she just want to gossip. I don't know.
What does she blog about?
I don't know. I don't know if she's like a miniature. She's like a miniature shade room. I don't know what she, right now at this point. I have no idea. But yeah, man, that's what's going on. Students of the Game, we in the building. You know the Facebook thing now. It's Lamont Gregory. You already know the X, formerly known as Twitter, is at JoeStuff710. You know, we got show handles, you know, at Students of the Game, stuff is on.
Yeah, get up with the Students of the Game, man. We on YouTube, man. Check us out, man. You know, check us out on there, Students of the Game Chicago. That's what we streaming. We do a stream these days, man. We actually we might come off of Facebook, man, just because you know we grew with y'all. We grew with y'all, but you know, it'll come a time in everybody's life they want to expand, so we might do something different with that.
Be letting me know when they come in that chat. Let me know when they come in that chat.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, man. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, man. Hey, well, hello November, man. My favorite month.
Yeah, first of them, it is. It's the one thing. Unless you gotta pay rent, like I do, yeah, I'm poor.
Y'all pay. Yeah, them bills, man. See, man. That's why I always try to like set my bills up for the middle of the month. So I'm like, so that way I know it's coming. I'm like, all right, let me see what I got here, bro. Let me see what I got here, man.
Of the day. Breaking overnight, all kind of NFL news, including news close to home with the Bears firing running back coach Mike Walker over some type of behavioral issue that happened sometime, I guess, within the office. They say this was Walker's second offense, and he was fired this morning. Also, overnight, yes, timeout.
That really is news of the day. I didn't know that until you just said. That really is news of the day to me. I didn't know that till you just said that.
Well, that's why I'm here.
That is news to me.
I be digging.
Yes, it is. That is why you're here.
Between all the kids,
I didn't know that till you just said that.
Also in news overnight. Oh, down and out in Vegas. Josh McDaniels,
yeah.
General Manager Dave Ziegler out the day after the trade deadline. Devontae Adams still in. Raiders in flux after a loss to the Lions on Monday night when they looked just real bad.
Dan Campbell strikes again, Joe. Dan Campbell strikes again, man.
He threw for 125 yards. I mean, come on, Jimmy. He can't throw for 125 yards. He was out there dropping passes, all kind of things. And now the day after the trade deadline, they fired McDaniels. They make Antonio Pierce will be the interim coach for the balance of the season. Also, Major League Baseball, we're going to talk about in a little while. Rangers beat the Snakes, the Diamondbacks 11-7. We'll talk about that. And
yeah, I'm good. The Rangers beat the D-backs. Yeah, the Rangers, man. That's an interesting series was going on in that World Series, man.
Told you it would be.
You did say that. You did say it would be interesting World Series, but it's been kind of. I know Texas as of late, man, they've been kind of struggling. Their offense been not struggling, but they got the injuries. They got the injuries, not struggling. They got injuries.
That's the Texas Lumber Company. Them boys pulled out some big sticks. And even losing they probably MVP and they still was sticking last night.
Yeah.
Talk to the Rangers.
Yeah, because I was about to say. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, they're not struggling. I mean, they got the injuries, which I think could affect the series, but not too much because Garcia was tearing that ball apart, especially with the walk-off in game 1.
Yes, he was. And also in news, also NFL trade deadline was like the NBA deadline. How about Rasul Douglas to the Bills? How about Chase Young to the Commanders? And a couple of days ago, you saw Leonard Williams go from the Giants to the Seahawks.
No.
People position themselves, trying to get into this thing. And also a trade a little bit closer to home.
Wait. Chase Young went where? Chase Young went where?
Went to the 49ers.
You said Chase Young went where? Okay.
49ers. That's what I said.
Commanders.
Right? I'm sorry. Chase Young went to the 49ers.
No, you said he went to the Commanders.
I'm sorry. Chase Young, formerly of the Commanders, is now with the 49ers. And we know how Jonathan Allen about that. He wish he probably was on the first thing smoking up out of there with him. You know, from what he said last week, he out of this shit. That's what he said on national TV.
Hey, I saw you in person yesterday. And what was the first thing I said when you told me Chase Young got traded? I was like, did Jonathan Allen get traded? First thing I asked you, did he get traded?
It probably get released at this point. And also a trade that was closer to home. That wasn't the only Commander traded. As we segue into the bare facts. Dun, 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 dun. For the second straight year, Ryan Foles has pulled the trigger on giving away another second round pick. Last year was Chase Claypool. This year, it's going to be Montez Sweat formerly of the Washington Commanders. Now, Montez Sweat might have a little bit more value than Chase Claypool because, Montez Sweat does get after that pass. I believe he's got, 8.5 sacks this year, somewhere around there. And, with the Bears getting Montez Sweat, they got the Cowboy, and right before the season started. So you feel like they should be able to have a pretty good, decent, solid pass rush. But like I was talking to somebody about, when they moved up, when they got off of Jalen Carter's spot and went back and got right, everybody was saying they was applauding that. Now they did get 2 linemen in the second round, and these linemen have been yet to show their face really in this season. And I'm like, okay, second round defense that porous, that bad. Why can't these second round picks? These are second round picks. Why the hell they can't get on the field and get in rotation?
That's a good question. That's a development question, especially when your head coach is supposed to be a defensive head coach, which really makes a lot of the issues with the Bears a lot of like when you look at it, it's like, what the hell is going on? You got a defensive coach, bad defense. And it's like, it just doesn't make sense. So now the Montez Sweat pickup, that'll be good because that's been one of the worst things to watch all season about the Bears defense. The amount of quarterbacks that just in the pocket, just doing this against the Bears.
They wait on Uber Eats. Then they go to then they throw the ball to somebody.
Like, man, you said they wait on Uber Eats, bro. They beat and got the delivery at 8 by the time they threw the ball, bro. Like, damn.
40-yard line. They tell them, meet me at the 50-yard line and just wait. Get that tip, and then I'm gonna go through my progressions and then I dump it off.
I'm just saying, bro, Joe, nothing has bothered me this season more than the amount of quarterbacks against the Bears just 5, 6, 7. Oh, there he is. 30-yard completion. I'm like, come on, man.
They say you can't take time for granted. You ever seen the Bears pass? Got all kind of time.
But hopefully Montez Sweat with his 6.5 sacks on the season, that'll help the Bears. 32 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 11.5 for loss, if I'm not mistaken. So you got a guy that can get it. So you got him and Ngakoue, which, by the way, Ngakoue's been getting after quarterbacks. The problem is, who else is getting after him? Nobody else is getting after him. If you commit two guys to Ngakoue, good. Nobody else is coming. You got all day to throw that ball. So now with Sweat, you get a double edge rush.
Okay, sounds good.
It does, but also here's another thing though. This is still the Bears we're talking about. I love them, but it's still the Bears we talking about, and we gonna have the same conversation later when we talk about the team on my shirt. But I'm just saying, I love them to death, But can we really trust them to like pull this off? This is the same place we were at a few years ago with Khalil Mack, was it not?
Yeah, Roquan Smith the year last year.
Yep. So I'm just saying, like we get it remains to be seen. Per usual with the Bears, it always remains to be seen.
I feel like the Bears always try to make 2 moves to compensate one. They've been doing it like the last 7 years. Whatever they draft and it doesn't come to fruition, they try to do something with free agent splash or some trade or whatever. I'm up here talking about the line. I think everybody thought they should have got Carter. No, we're going to protect the quarterback. We're going to move back and get 2 people. Well, like you just said, the quarterbacks have a lot of time on their hands when they play against the Bears. So now you get Montez Sweat to Band-Aid. Yeah, Claypool last you gave a second round pick. Second round pick should be gold. And he can't. And then whatever happens with him happens. Sort of addition by subtraction. Make a great move though. You get DJ Moore, which is pretty much panning out pretty well. So they've done this for linebackers, I think, and that's what they do.
I think this also is more of an indictment. One of the things you just mentioned, you talked about the different looks on the O line and the D line. I think this is really more of an indictment again on the training, not the training staff, but the coaching staff and the overall higher up management, because you're not developing these guys. Like the Bears have had these O-line issues for years. It's always either 2 guys hurt, you got a backup plant starting at left tackle, or 2 backups starting with 2 because you got 2 guys out. Then you got somebody who just can't play, and then you got somebody who get 3 holding penalties a week. It's just like the Bears. The line is just always an issue. It's like a legacy issue with this franchise. And another even bigger issue that I know people really don't want to talk about right now because I know Justin Fields is hurt is where are the Bears going? Like I know Bajan is doing his thing now, but it's really starting to feel like maybe they're trying to quietly give up on Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feel like that a little bit.
Have I been stating this for the? I've been preaching the gospel on this. But
the thing is, but here's the thing though, it's not even a take for Caleb type situation. It's just like our bad. Let's see if we can do this under the radar. It's kind of like it's not even like because usually teams start tanking. It's not even a tank situation. It's just like let's see if this ain't working. Let's see if we can make it. Let's see if we can try to make it happen without it happening in publicly. That's what it seems like.
It's like an unhostile takeover. And
exactly.
Thinking about the Montez Sweat thing. Here's the thing about Montez Sweat. How often do you get traded from a team from 3 wins to 2 wins? This got to be one of the most parallel moves in history, in trade history. Like 3 and 4 to 2 and 5. The city, hopefully you can bring back the monsters of the Midway. God bless you and everything. But we went from 3 wins.
It's not the 80s no more, man. It's not the 80s no more. It's not the 80s no more, dog. It's not the 80s, bro.
It ain't like you went to
It's not the 80s, man.
Douglas. Think about Rasul Douglas, right? Green Bay struggling going on with Jordan Love. At least he went to Buffalo. He went to 5-3 or something, whatever. Green Bay 2 and whatever, 3 and whatever. You went from a 3-win team to a 2-win.
And went to worse weather because it went at like 60 in DC this weekend, and it's been freeze warnings all week here.
It's going on. Okay. That's where we go. Went to the 49ers.
Better team, sunny California.
That's tough. I just feel like it's tough. 3 wins to 2 wins.
Before we get off the Bears, I want to just state this as a fan. I blame the front office for Chase Claypool not working out. I blame that. I blame the team for that not working out. Because I feel like I blame the team for that not working out. Just say it again.
I think because they obviously blamed the individual, and that's why he's not here anymore.
Yeah, I understand that, but I also feel like that was a result of them on the field. When I say the team, I don't mean like the front office. I feel like I blame like the coaching staff. I don't feel like they used him properly. When you look at how receivers are used in the NFL now, Chase Claypool is, I think, one of the prototypical ways you use a receiver. You get him in motion, you put him with those jet sweeps, You put him in those, those little touch passes you have receivers do. You get him in motion. You don't use Chase Claypool like a regular slot receiver, like how the Bears were trying to use it. You don't use him like he's another Darnell Mooney. I just felt like the Bears never really used him properly, because that's a guy that you could use not only in motion, you could put him behind Justin Fields like a Pacheco or some of these other backs we see. So I just feel like they never used him properly, and that led to that going downhill.
That they're, I guess, trying to coach to what they like to do, how they're used to doing it, instead of not coaching to the talent of what they do well.
Mm-hmm.
That what they're. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's what they're doing with Justin Fields. I don't know if that's what they're doing with the whole corpse of this team. But Matt Eberflus in his job, he needs to. I don't know if he's owning or leasing, but if this keeps up, man, I think they got New Orleans, they got Carolina.
Yeah, you got New Orleans this week, and
Carolina.
I don't think it's Carolina. Carolina is soon, but I don't think it's this week.
They're supposed to be quote unquote they soft part of the schedule, but if you're a bad team, you have no soft part of the schedule. I mean,
you are the soft part of the schedule.
You're stuck in the NFL's underbelly. You're part of the underbelly. Think about this.
Carolina is next week, Thursday night.
Yeah,
in Detroit.
Yeah, oh boy. But these next two games, you know what I'm saying? You just got to try to split these next two games. You know what I'm saying? If not, Matt Eberflus, you might need to start talking to your realtor about things that could be happening at the top of the year, if you catch my drift. And that's really it, man. With the Bears, man. That's all I really got, man. So
playing New Orleans this week. Playing Derek Carr and them this week.
Hey, I just say this. This is the underbelly of the NFL. The Raiders just fired their coach. You know what? Who know they play the next 2 weeks? The Jets and the Giants. Antonio Pierce might be getting the job right at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially going against the Giants, because do they have a quarterback?
I mean, Tommy DeVito. Hey, that's a real great. That sounds like a guy that wears a leather jacket and rides a motorcycle. There's probably a lot of chicks around him in the locker room. Hey, I'm Tommy D. Hey, Tommy DeVito. It don't sound like somebody off
Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yo, I love that movie, bro.
Going them. Tommy DeVito.
He seemed like he was hanging out at that bar. He do sound like somebody would be hanging at that bar. Bronx Hill.
Hey, Tommy DeVito, how's your pops? So think about the underbelly of the NFL sometimes. The underbelly. You don't need to get caught up in the underbelly.
You kind of talked about this last week with those tears. You kind of mentioned that with the tears.
Yeah, the tears. You got to laugh to keep from crying. These tears are sad tears. I had happy tears because we cowboyed up, beat those sheep. Yep, we beat them sheep. We beat them sheep 43-20. CeeDee Lamb, no pun intended, had 12 catches, 158 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Ron Bland had his third pick six of the season, and the Cowboys scored every which way. Yeah, safeties, blocks, he blocked stuff for safety, scored on defense, scored on offense, and they're dismantling of the Rams. But that means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Nothing. If you can't beat the Eagles this week, as they take on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles at the Link. Last year, Cooper Rush lost against Jalen Hurts. And then later on in the season, Gardner Minshew lost to Dak Prescott. Now we have Prescott and we have Hurts going at each other. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I got a message for somebody on the Cowboys.
Uh-oh.
Probably one of my most favorite players in the league. Probably one of my most favorite players on the Cowboys.
Michael Parsons.
I am Michael Parsons. That's no must. Bruh, you better have you better have a big game. You better have a big game. And I'm going to tell you why Michael Parsons better have a big game. So I love me some Michael Parsons. He's got some swag, he got ego and everything. But, and I think he can cash these checks. because he's definitely been writing them with some things that he's been saying. Jalen Hurts have a bad week. We got to say something about Prescott, and he don't get y'all get on Prescott, but y'all don't get Hurts. San Francisco drag us all up and down the Golden Gate Bridge. George Kittle, whatever shirt he want to wear. Oh, that's personal. I don't like how he wearing his shirt. You had something to say in the offseason about that's personal. In the third, bruh, you better have a big game. Because I didn't like what they did in their first game against us last year with that little play they kept running, and they kept having him on an island. Wait, Jalen Hurts could even run. I threw it to A.J. Brown. Pick one. It was a little play they had. Hopefully that play left with Shane Steichen. But I do. Are
y'all ready for the tush push?
Here's the key to the game for me. I know the thing about the Eagles is we cannot let them rush, I think, for about 130 or 140 so yards. This is going to be a very situational type game. If the Eagles punch us in the mouth and we have to deploy safeties to have to do something to stop that running game, we're going to be in big trouble. This is a game. Two things I think about. This is a game where we drafted Mozzie Smith for our first round pick.
Okay.
This is what we drafted for. Stop those tough Gainwell and Swift yards in the tackles. This is what you need: inside penetration, quick penetration, off on the pass rush, and especially in the running game against these Eagles people. That's what you need. So Ezekiel, Gallimore, the people in the middle need them to be great on Sunday afternoon.
Now, let me ask you this as an outside observer. Hassan Reddick, he's coming for the quarterback. What is the offensive? What's the key? What's the key there for keeping him from having a big day?
Don't leave. Try not to leave a man alone if you can help it, and run the ball. I mean, run the ball in situations, I think, are all the great things that help neutralize that pass rush. I mean, if you get 8 yards on first down and it's 2nd and 2, nobody has a clue on what you're going to do. If you're going to be 2nd and 12 and still trying to drop a play action, well, good luck thinking somebody believes that play action, because I know your ass pass.
Who's your number 2 back? Who's the number 2 back? It's Dowdle, right? His name is Dowdle? Yeah. I could see Dallas going to more formations where you could see the back in the pass in this game. I'm sorry, in the block in this game. Meaning you could probably see more plays where you'll see Pollard stay back, Pollard or Dowdle in there to protect Dak. And then you might start seeing Dak dump the ball off. Because if you draw Hassan Reddick in, eventually you'll have to bring those DBs up too to start covering those flats. Now, I don't get me wrong, Philly's got some good DBs. They can cover over the top. But I feel like if you could start pulling those safeties up a little bit to have to help in the middle of the field, Dallas could have a chance, at least if that's a way to draw Reddick in and then beat them with the safeties over the middle of the field.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be a hell of a challenge. I really want to run. I really want to run the ball. I really want to hit them in the mouth. I know Dak threw 31 passes the last week, but I feel like that's a good number. I like that number. I like us to be creative in the running game as far as end arounds and design quarterback runs, as well as Pollard and Dallas. So I like that number, right around 31, probably about no more than 35. We'll see what type of situation or how the game gets going, but this is a big game for us. We beat Rams like rookie do die, but we need to beat teams.
Who do die?
We need to start beating teams that we think are going to be in our way to us getting what we really want to get to, and that's ultimately a championship. I think this is one of those teams here, so we need to take this as a measuring stick and take this game very serious.
Hey, what George Kittle say? What did he say?
Cowboy. I believe that's what it said. Fuck the Cowboys. When you have a game, every touchdown every catch you catch is a touchdown.
You can say what you want.
Nobody should have nothing to say about it. Period. With the T on it. Ain't that period?
Period. Yeah, period.
Say nothing about what that man was. 42-10. You were worrying about what he wearing on the radio show. Worry about the fucking coverage.
Yeah, but that was a tough week. That was a tough week.
He upset, man. Around the NFL, a lot of good trades yesterday. A lot of good trades. A lot of interesting trades. Saw Joshua Dobbs lead the Cards and go to the Vikings after Kirk Cousins was lost for the season on Sunday, tearing his Achilles. Saw Rasul Douglas lead the Green Bay Packers and go to the Bills, who had lost Tre'Davious White a couple of weeks ago to an Achilles. He's out for the year as well. We also saw the San Francisco 49ers for the second year at the trade deadline. Last year, it was Christian McCaffrey. This year, it's Chase Young.
Chase Young.
Bible belt again as they try to strengthen that already strong defensive line.
As if the rich needed to get rich. As if the rich needed to get richer. As if they needed to get rich.
So Montez Sweat with Commanders and go to the Bears. And a couple of days ago, you saw Leonard Williams. Nice move under the radar for the Seahawks. Go to lead the Giants and go to the Seahawks.
Giants go to Seahawks. Yeah, y'all about he went to Seahawks. He had backwards.
Get another under the radar move, leaving the Titans and going to the Eagles. Who won the trade deadline?
You said that was Byard, right? Went from the Titans to the Eagles.
Yes.
I think that's number 2 behind Dobbs. I think the Vikings, even though they're probably not going to win a damn thing with that trade, even though honestly they're probably not going to win a damn thing this year, I think that was still probably the best damn trade I saw because that one totally caught me off guard. Because what the heck? Because what the hell are the Cardinals doing, sir? What the hell are they doing, bro?
I don't know. I'm
like, what the hell are they doing, sir?
I don't know how close Kyler Murray is to coming back. Who's the Cardinals bag up right now?
Exactly. That's what I'm like. Who do they got a quarterback? Like, can you Google machine, dog?
Can you a Google machine? Another thing about the
Google machine.
What are the Cardinals now? 2-6.
Clayton.
Huh?
The Cardinals are 1-7. 1-7.
So they're probably just blow it up. Who needs them? We can get a 6th-round pick for them like we got. We'll take it, I mean, just blow it up.
Clayton, the quarterback this week for the Cardinals will be Clayton Tune.
Oh, from he's a rookie. Sound like I saw him at a ball game last year out of Houston. Okay.
Out of Houston.
So, I mean, that just, like you said, they're probably just going to dismantle this thing. We're going to just rebuild. We're going to wait for Kyler. I'm surprised they didn't trade more people. I wonder if people acquired by any of the other good players like Marquise Brown or Zach Ertz or a few of the other vet stars. So. Yeah, that's what happened. Just wow.
Who did you say? I said Dobbs was 1, Byard 2. What was your trade deadline thought? What was your thoughts?
It is something really intriguing to me. I don't know about this Douglas thing. This is really intriguing to me. I was like, because if you look at Buffalo, how they started this year, you like this is gonna be. They lost to the Jets that first game. You look at their defense, like okay, you figured okay, once they get Von Miller back, they should be pretty stout, right? But then before Miller gets back, you start losing everybody. You lose with Davis, you lose Jordan Davis or whoever. I'm trying to think who they lost on the front line. They lost Davis on the front line. They lost Oliver on the front line. They lost Milano for the season. They lose White for the season. And now that defense looking like a shell of itself. Couldn't even stop the Patriots in the red zone to get a win. I mean, couldn't stop Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Who? Mac Jones.
They couldn't even stop him for a win. So now you get a cornerback. Because look, in the AFC, you got to cover, right? You got people. You got to deal with Walker, Hill. You got to deal with people. You got to deal with Chase and Higgins. And you're gonna see that this week because they play the Bengals this week. So you got people to deal with. You got more than you got a Boyd in the slot still. You know, you got people you got to deal with. It ain't just one receiver, one you need multiple corners. So I just thought that was a real position in need. We'll see if that was good for him. I feel like the Chase Young thing. I just don't feel like you're gonna get the real Chase Young, the real Ohio State type Chase Young till next year when he gets all the way back from ACL. You know, plus that rotation. It ain't like they were starving for him, you know. It ain't like need you. You don't need you. Jason's lyric, don't need you. Doing this as a favor to my homeboy. Need you. They don't need Chase Young. Doing that as a favor to him. Get him out the
Let me ask you something. Hey, you think you mentioned something about how you got to cover, right? Hey, have you ever seen another time where the AFC, like, is the AFC sort of like the passing conference? Like, I can't think of another time. They see, because I always thought of the AFC as the black and blue conference with like the Ravens and Steelers and all of that. For all those years, you had those two teams smacking each other around. Mm-hmm. So, what you think about that? The AFC becoming like the past? I mean, don't get me wrong, they had the Air Coryell and all that in the past, but it's like, but Miami is like in Kansas City, like, damn, track meet football.
Look at Kansas City, you look at Miami, you look at Buffalo, and you look at Cincinnati. Did I just say Cincinnati? Look at those four teams in particular. There are going to be some teams. You play those teams, you anticipate you're going to need at least, worst case scenario, 24 to 27 points to win. The Jaguars probably aren't that far off. They've won 5 in a row, nice and quietly. They got a bye this week. Calvin has really added a number one receiver to that offense. Trevor Lawrence, a dependable number one. They look totally different now with Christian Kirk slotted to be probably number 2, which fits him probably a little bit better. And they look explosive as well. So just look at that conference here, just the quarterbacks. So you got a Justin Herbert. You know, that's when we talk about all the fancy up-and-coming quarterbacks, that's where most of them are. Maybe with the exception of a Jalen Hurts. We talk about all the young gunslingers over Pat and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and all these people. This is where they are. Be interesting to see if Will Levis could add his name to that after throwing for the 4 touchdowns he threw for last week for the Titans, if he can try to break into that thing.
Well, you know what other team is another team in the AFC that I thought would have some of that same offensive flavor. They going the other way. Let's go in depth on some of the moves made overnight out in Sin City. The Vegas Raiders firing head coach Josh McDaniels and get rid of the general manager.
I mean, how many times are you going to start over? I mean, damn. How many times are you going to keep
starting? Hey, that's exactly what when I saw fire Josh McDaniels, I was like, already? Like, damn, dude.
Probably should have kept their intern coach, Rich Bisciotti, when they had a chance. When they lost in that first round to Cincinnati, when they played very well, you had to throw the Burrow through the boy. They thought the whistle blew type game, but they played very well in that game. I think they need to keep coaching. You know, you might have had the next good coach in there. What do? You make a splashy hire, you get Gruden, you give them Lamborghinis and ownership and all this stuff, and all of a sudden emails leak, and all of a sudden he's not the most becoming person, so he's got to go. So now you hire Josh McDaniels because you think he's ready, you know. Did I miss a coach up in there? I feel like I missed a coach almost. Who came out the group?
Wasn't it the interim? Thought it was the interim and then McDaniels.
But anyway, you should have kept Rich Bisciotti. I think that's what you should have did. I mean, the year you fired him, you had a good coach going. I'm trying to remember who the hell they fired, but you had a good coach going when you fired that coach. So you ended up in the playoffs. Coach before Gruden.
I mean, they had to, but I'm saying what I'm saying with Gruden, they had to let Gruden go with that stuff that happened behind the scenes. Like, that wasn't really like a situation where it was that's it. That was it. He was the interim. It was John Gruden, and then it was you got it right. It was the 3 guys you said.
Who was the coach before? Who did Bisciotti take over for that intern?
Gruden.
Okay, that was the Gruden year.
Yeah, I'm saying you had it right. You don't second guess yourself. You're a smart guy.
Well,
don't second guess yourself. You're a smart guy. Hey, you was there, right? You saw it. You knew what you saw. You knew what you saw.
That's something. That's something, man. They got to find a coach and stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Dan Campbell's 14-1. Detroit didn't give up on him. Got that man some players. Got him some talent. Let him build that culture. Went from 14-1 to barely missing the playoffs last year. I told everybody, watch the Lion. Watch the Lion. Hey, y'all, you know how Detroit used to Lion? Lion gonna Lion. I don't think Lion gonna Lion this year. Lion gonna roar. Lion gonna roar. Lion gonna bite their kneecaps. No, Lion gonna do that stuff they was talking about. You know what's happening? Lion doing what they talking about now. They bite kneecaps. You hit them, they hitting you back.
They getting coaches fired out here, boy.
The Bears are also responsible for help getting McDaniels fired because of that.
I agree.
About Foreman and Badgett when they were here. That's a big game. Think about the Raiders' record. A very peculiar 3-5. Like I told you, they had both of the New York teams coming up. I mean, that's not like a you're really up against the tight schedule. You know what I'm saying? You can go 2-0 in New York minute. No pun intended.
What you talking about? Hey, did you not just see New York beat New York last week in a 13-10 barn burner? Did you not see that?
One of the most compelling games of the 13-10. Just a horrible Brian Dable. I want to send that man just the best bottle of scotch I can find on our shelf. And he's my enemy. I mean, the things that this team has been doing every week. I'm so all about the Tyrod Taylor
14-9
last thing and not getting the field goal. You tell that man took the headphones off and just threw him down like, God, I got to get the quarterback. And now you should have beat the Jets. You don't let Josh Allen. You don't let Pat Mahomes. You let Zach Wilson march down and get points when he needs to get points. And then you have all these terrible pass interference penalties with Dory Jackson looking the other way, bumping into people. I mean, I don't know, man. Brian Dable needs some scotch. As long as he don't drive, Brian Dable needs some scotch. Brian Dable needs some scotch, man.
Hey, he don't have a quarterback, man. He don't have a quarterback right now.
But look how close they say all NFL games really come down to one possession. What are they 13-10? They lost to the Bills 14-9.
That was embarrassing. The way you broke it down was embarrassing because they won 14-7 and then lost 14-9. Like the father, we're winning something like that.
They really in these tight under three in 3 damn games under 15 points. Nobody scored 15 points. 14-7, 13-9, 14-9, 13-10 in overtime, extra time.
In overtime. Hey, bro, they was out there playing soccer, Joe.
I can't keep people in these low scoring games.
13-10 just sound like a field goal fest, bro.
You 1-2 in the game. You the defense, you'd be mad as hell. He could be in this right now. We really could be in this. We could be 4-something right now. We're 2-something. We're going nowhere.
I don't know what's funnier, like Brian Dable's reaction or when the Broncos played the Jets and Sean Payton looked at Russell Wilson. It looked like he said, just throw the damn ball away, man.
Now you tell him the hot. Russell Wilson just flipped him off that walk.
Hey, but no laughing matter. I'm about to say no laughing matter in Denver last week, bro. They no laughing matter in Denver last week. See? Hey, shout out to my boy DJ. Shout out to my boy DJ.
Oh me, you get seen places now when you beat the in that 16 games losing streak to the Chiefs. Was that saying something?
Shout out to my boy DJ Darius Major Bass Jefferson, man. He do the replays with me at Dogs and stuff, man. So shout out to him.
Man, good morning to you. Yeah, man, it's been wicked, man. Russell Wilson win a couple of games. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Sean Payton might have to say enough of this.
Hey,
the teams beat their ass for a whole season's worth of it. 16 losers. Say,
damn. That's wild, bro. I couldn't believe it. It had been since 2015. Peyton Manning was the last time they beat the Chiefs.
But you can't get a quarterback.
Like, I know exactly what day that was, bro. I know exactly what game that was. That was like a Thursday night in week 2, if I'm not mistaken.
In Kansas City, yeah.
Yep, in Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Wicked.
And you know what else is crazy? It's crazy that was like almost 10 years ago. This damn time flying, bro. Like we already in 2023. It's November.
Oh yeah, before we start picking these games, 49ers lost 2 games in a row. Ever since they demolished Dallas, they scored this. It looked mortal. 17 points the last 3 weeks, and the other teams' points keep escalating. 19-17 Cleveland, 22-17 Minnesota, 31-17 Cincinnati. They're on the pace to not win when they come back from the bye. I believe when they play the Rams. What's going on with 49ers? Why is this happening?
I think some of these teams have targeted the Niners, and then also that on top of that, Brock Purdy. I think people forget he never really arrived. You know what I'm saying? Like everything has kind of been skeptical on him. You know, it's like how long can he keep this? You know, ever since he's been the starting quarterback, is how long can he keep this up? I think what you're seeing now, teams have finally found out Purdy. You got enough film on him where you can figure out what he's doing, and teams are adjusting defensively.
Yeah. First thing is it could have been, should have been, would have been, probably been just a 2-game losing streak. But the kicker missed a 40-yard field goal. You're a rookie, you get drafted, you make 40-yard field goals. I mean, you make a 40-yard field goal, it's a great route on the plane. You miss it, everybody's got their chin down. You can have another scotch. It's a bummer. It's a letdown. Ever since then, they haven't been able to get over that. Then you try to see a situation where he can bring them back again, right? He throws a couple of picks in the fourth quarter against Minnesota. Then you see him miss it again. One of those picks is a freak thing with Ray just smacking the ball and catching himself. But one by Logan Wilson, that's a bad pick. So, like you say, more tape they get on the quarterback also. So it's easy.
Yep.
You ain't got no tape on him. Now you get tape on him. You start to see what he does well. You start to see what he doesn't do well. And now you see teams trying to force him into what he doesn't do well, which is, I guess, you see a lot of these throws are like deep over the middle. He made a couple of Dallas, so like Deebo Samuel on those cutting passes. You're seeing like a lot of, I think we saw a timing thing with Jennings on that one against Minnesota where he kind of like stumbled on some anticipation throws. Never quite got to the spot.
I think, you know what? Hey, you know what? And I don't mean this in any way against Brock Purdy. I think he benefited from the guys on his team being athletic. Because them dudes on the Niners, those guys on the Niners, nothing but athletes. CMC, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, nothing but athletes on that team.
Ball in their hands. One thing, get the ball in their hands.
Exactly. Like, Joe, bro, all you got to do is hit. Here you go, bro.
Ready for a 60-yard pass. You know, they ran for 55. Hey, you got to do. All right, this weekend, let's pick some games.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah. Starting with Thursday night. Hey, Steelers going to steal. Tomlin going to Tomlin. Even though they lost last week to the very hot Jaguars.
I was going to say they lost last week.
Pittsburgh, very surprising, but any pick is availability. He'll be entering Mitch Trubisky. How much you like that? Ready to go get that black Trubisky jersey? You know, when you got
hey, it's time. It's time for some Trubisky magic, baby. Steelers.
Son of a Mitch. I see what you did with that.
Trubisky Magic, man. They gonna be, and you know how it is, man. He ain't in Chicago no more. So you know what? He gonna play great on Thursday night. Steelers gonna win.
whole Bear Nation to see. Yeah, Washington and New England. Talk about the underbelly of the NFL. We talk about the underbelly.
Hey, I'm gonna be real, man. This is a blow it up game right here. Whoever loses this, just get the dynamite. Just grab the damn dynamite to whoever loses this, bro. Just grab the damn dynamite. But since it's in Foxborough, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I trust the hoodie a little bit more, man. I trust Mr. Hoodie a little more.
As far as that first game we talked about, I'm gonna actually go with the Titans. I think,
Are you going with Levis?
I'm gonna go with Levis. And in this game right here, we're talking about, I think Washington's gonna have an addition by subtraction thing, and they're gonna end up beating Belichick and the Patriots. They're gonna stop. Jonathan Allen's gonna play with his hell. He's still there. He mad. He tired of this shit. They're gonna take it out on one of them lines. Chase Young got to go. Montez still here. We're gonna have about 4 sacks. This one.
Do you agree? Do you agree that this is a get the dynamite game though for the loser?
Yeah, I mean, the Commanders had. I think what's happening to New England probably is a little bit more shock to their system now, where they're at.
Yeah.
How only they've been beaten. Now they really just got their asses drug and so.
Yeah.
Records for Belichick's worst loss, and the next week, they broke the record. I mean, that's 6 days. So I think they're in a world of trouble. At least he had his 300 to win before.
I'm about to say, like, they got him win 300 though. But hey, oh my God, the Patriots aren't good anymore because they don't have a generational talent. Color me surprised.
Early in the morning in Frankfurt, Germany, a very high power. They just talk about explosive game. They're taking their explosion to Europe.
Hell yeah.
Mahomes and the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes said he was sick last week, but I don't know how good he's gonna get on this flight. Hoping he get nobody else sick. He's gonna be taking on Tua, Tyreek, and the Fish. Who you got? The Chiefs or the Dolphins?
Hey, no nonsense with this one. I might wake up, bro. I might get up at like 7 or 8 a.m. for this one, bro, because they playing at 8:30 in the morning our time. This might be the game of the year. If both offenses and both teams show up, this could be the game of the year. We could be looking at like a 40, 45, 41, 48, 45 if we get what we're supposed to get here. That being said, I'm going with Miami to win this one. I'm going to go with the high-powered Dolphins to beat Kansas City just because there is no home field. It's a neutral site game. Like you said, Mahomes is sick. I don't think that's just going to go away in 1 week. Plus, man, like the weather been bad. That's a long trip over there. So I just don't think I don't think that's the remedy for a sick quarterback. Not to say that I don't think Mahomes is going to perform, but that being said, I just think Miami's track meet style will translate better to that because they are playing on the soccer field, right? So I think that's going to translate better to a soccer field for the Dolphins.
In this game tells me that I should be picking Miami, but it's one of those games. We talked about a track meet. We also have to think about this in the Kansas City defense this year. And I know what the Miami Dolphins bring to the table, but this is probably arguably historically in this little run that Andy Reid has had, probably their best defense ever. Even though with the track meet style of the Dolphins, even with Tyreek Hill, even with Jalen Waddle, even with Raheem Mostert and that 4x4 relay team that they got down in Florida, I see Kansas City knowing that they have to be able to slow this game down to maybe 24, 27 points, and then maybe you get Patrick Mahomes a chance to operate between him and Kelsey. You look at some of these games they won when they beat Minnesota 27-20. They've been right up in that 20, I think around that 20-ish, low 30-ish thing. So I think they can do that. And I think they surprised Miami. Miami should be very motivated because they got to pass one of these tests. They lost to Philadelphia 31-17. If they doors blown off by Buffalo by 4 touchdowns, 48-20. Here's another one of these tests. They got to be one of these contenders. They should be very motivated to do it. But until I see them do it, I'm going with the Chiefs in a good tight ball game, medium scoring game over in Frankfurt.
No. What you mean by medium scoring? Because I'm not lying. 48-45 Miami. What you got?
Now, I can see why you can say 45-41. Everything really points to that being 45-41.
I said 48-45.
40. It's almost like remember when I picked that game a few years ago with the Patriots and the Chiefs, and I was almost right there as far as the actual.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I feel like it should be there, but I don't think it's gonna get there. But I'm going with the Chiefs, 28-23.
Hey, you know what? You talked me into it. 45-41. I am gonna go with that. Miami 45-41. Because I don't want it to come down to a field goal. If it come down to a field goal, Kansas City might win it. Kansas City might win it. I'm just saying if the ball, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. The ball gonna be in Mahomes' hand at the end of the game, and if it's 48-45, Kansas City probably win. I'm not doing that.
Tampa Bay, who you got? In Houston.
Tampa Bay and Houston. I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud, boy. Let me show some love to CJ, man. Let me get on with the Texans. I really don't give a damn who wins this game, but please get a ball to Devin Singletary, man. And CJ Stroud.
That sounds fantasy. I'm gonna go with
it is very fantasy.
The road, they're gonna have a 10-day break, losing Thursday in Buffalo. They need this win. I think they get it against Houston. On Bourbon Street, it's Bears on Bourbon Street. Bears, nobody travel like the Bears. Can you imagine Midway cracking? They follow this a loyal fan base. They go to these great vacation spots, LA. And you got New Orleans. I mean, you really can't beat these
hey, bro, you know how many people on my IG I'm scrolling, they in LA, they in all these cities watching the Bears get trounced. I'm like, hey man, live it up.
Like a torture tour. Heck, you know, these beautiful cities. Drag from LA, get drug on Bourbon Street.
But that's cool. Hey, you know, man, most people just there for the party. They ain't there for the game. The game, bro.
That's where they winning. You know, one thing that ain't cool is that Saint defense. The Saint offense has been looking they looked really ratchet a couple of weeks ago. I did not know they were that bad again. Considerably better against Indianapolis last week. Indianapolis, one of those underbelly teams. No, sort of like should be a couple of notches of the underbelly once they fix their offense, and I think they'll be good enough to beat the Bears. The Bears, I mean, you know, Montez Sweat is here.
Hey, I'm gonna go with the Saints. I got both of these defenses in fantasy. I'm going with the Saints.
I think the Bears scored the first 10 points in this game. The Saints scored the next 37.
Oh, you wow. Hey, it's gonna be 27-10, not 37-10. 27-10, 37. We ain't giving up that many points, man. Hey, by the way, I got both these defenses in fantasy, bro. I'm definitely starting the Saints.
For that many, we ain't giving up that many points. If you know, pick sixes happen. May not all be the defense. Give it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. At
this point, what games have we not? Who Seattle play? These teams.
Seattle plays Packers.
Seattle plays Baltimore in a very early game in the Battle of the Birds. Seattle, hey, first place in the NFC West now. Us. Geno Smith been hooking up with the rookie Jackson Smith and Nigby. He got touchdowns the last 2 weeks. One of those had me in my fantasy upset a couple of weeks ago. And like I said, they're in first place now. This is a big game. Baltimore. We saw what they did last week. Dismantling Detroit and then winning again. When I think who it was, because all the highlights in my head, I'm gonna tell you who it was. But it was a great win. Who did Baltimore beat last week?
Detroit. They smoked Detroit.
That was this week.
That was the week before. You said last week, right?
The week before. Who they beat this last week?
I'm sorry. Damn, my bad. Right. See, because we in between weeks. You got me off. In between weeks, see? Cardinals. I'm sorry. Cardinals, 31-24.
Cardinals play 124 this week. This is a good game right here.
Damn, dude, that right. Hey, I forgot we recording. This is a Wednesday. That threw me off. See?
Oh, you got? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tight game. You know, this Pete Carroll. This is one of them Pete Carroll surprise special. I'm going with the Hawks. 21-17. Leonard Williams make a splash in this first game with the Seahawks. And
a splash.
Yeah, I think the Ravens to play a little bit better once they have a little adversity. You know, they have a couple of good games. Say, okay, look good in Arizona. Smoke Detroit, smoke that line, put that line, roasted that line, the Raven roasted line, and they'll do something like, how did they do that? Like when they lost to the Colts, like, how did that happen? Like, how did they do that? How did you do that? So I think this is one of those games. But Seattle's tough. Seattle 21, Baltimore 17.
Seattle going to Baltimore. I'm not picking Seattle. I'm not picking Seattle in an early morning tilt against Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews in that Raven offense that could light you up over the middle like they did Detroit. Look, I know Arizona made it close last week, whatever on the scoreboard, but Baltimore this week.
What else you got? You say the Rams and the Packers?
Yeah, we got Rams and Packers. Hey, another thing, Rams and Packers. But hey, another thing about the Ravens, kind of need this game because Pittsburgh has got a home game against Tennessee on Thursday night. Cincinnati's playing Buffalo. Cleveland got a damn layup, hopefully for them against Arizona. So if you Baltimore, you might want to try to keep the pressure on the rest of that division. That's all I'm saying.
And the Packers. The Packers have bad arm clock. Never start the game on time. They look good in the first quarter. And they always play better in the third and fourth quarter. I have no idea why this team starts like this every freaking week. And last week it caught up to them. They couldn't rally, come back, and catch the soon-to-be Kirk Cousinless Vikings. They lost 24-10. Jordan Love, the previous 2 weeks before that, threw game-clinching interceptions on tour in Vegas, in Denver. And now, as Matt LaFleur is walking around the table like Nino Brown in New Jack City with Aaron Rodgers in a boot in New York, $1 million operation reduced to fucking rubbles.
Hey, time out. Hey, do you see this?
Against Dallas, what?
Do you see this era of the Packers though? Like Devontae Adams won out, Aaron Rodgers hurt, Matt LaFleur, man, like want them old things back? Damn, bro.
It's a real green and yellow soap opera, I would call it.
I love to see it.
As the cheese heads turn, Devontae wants back in Green Bay. Aaron's coaching up, mentoring Zach with his foot in the boot. And Matt LaFleur is looking at Jordan Love like, come here, you can't throw in a double coverage. Next week.
Hey, Jordan, come here. This ain't the Bears every week.
I mean, who's the quarterback for the Rams? I think key question. I'm gonna go with the Rams in this. No.
Yeah, like who is the Rams quarterback this week?
Whoever it is, probably better than Jordan Love, because Jordan Love gonna get good to the third quarter. Even though I got him on one of my fantasy teams, probably good third quarter. And he hasn't been good on the last.
Gonna start it, yeah.
No.
Is it Stetson Bennett?
Yes, it is.
Is it gonna be Stetson Bennett this week?
Yes. If
Damn, they got okay, Stetson. Okay, Stetson. Let's go. Hey, Georgia fans, stand up, boy. Let's go Bulldogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
Speaking of dogs, I'm sorry that I did omit that from my news today about Ohio State. Michigan being 3, and Florida State being 4. So just wanted to get that in. Buckeye 1, Bulldog 2, Wolverine 3. Back to the picks.
Since you mentioned Michigan, hey, do you got any thoughts on this scouting scandal? On their scouting scandal?
Yes. This is Harbaugh, probably. I think the NFL. Win, lose, draw, in the playoff. If these type of things, ass feelings, the recruiting, it's just starting to be like a headache. Let's go deal with grown men again. You know, and this is about it. It's another little scandal. Suspension to start the season.
Harbaugh.
You get sick of this shit. Sick of it. Sick of it. The lady said on Heat, and after Robert De Niro caught her cheating on her husband, she caught her cheating on Val. Sick of it. I'm sick of it. Sick of it.
Oh yeah, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And Heat. Hey, that's one of my movies, bro. Hey, you must have been watching like all my favorites. You watching The Bronx Tale and Heat. You watching all these movies that I'll be watching.
You're gonna give Chris another chance.
That's tough. So I'm sick of it. But she played her part though. She played her part at the end though. She did her job. She was like, she came to the banister. She was like, no. No.
Yeah, this Josh McDaniels thing really 8 games. Really firing ever in the history. Joe Cobb 19 fired after 2 games. Jack Patera was also fired after 2 games for Seahawks in 1992. Hey, can you imagine getting fired after 2 games? Y'all hyped about getting the job, go through training camp, and you come home one day in September. What's wrong, baby? Season just started. No. I'm in the basement getting a job. Coordinated jobs. That's real life it when they be like, you come in and close the door. That's what real life it. Sitting in that seat. Well, Josh, nothing against you. It's nothing against me. You're going in a direction against me. Yes, we are, Josh, and you're not going to be part of that. You're going to be going where? Oh, your service is no longer.
I don't know. You've been relieved, sir.
Antonio, your duty is effective immediately. It's always about the thing. He's been relieved of his duties effective. Can't talk about the Atlanta Falcons and who they play.
Atlanta? You love your kids, don't you, man? You love the kids, as you call them out there in Atlanta.
Up and down.
You got the Vikings.
That should be very, very. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm good, bro. I don't know what that is, but I got you.
But then Atlanta, give me the Dirty Birds.
You got the Dirty Birds. I mean, Minnesota is Dobbs playing this week, and can he read the quarter? Can he read the playbook that quick? I'm going to Atlanta too. It's a layup.
Atlanta doesn't really run away from anybody, and they don't really let you beat their ass. They play a lot of exciting one-score games, and evidence last week with that Tennessee Will Levis thing.
And they had lost to Washington a few weeks ago too, in that 24-16.
Yep. LA Chargers.
See what we got here, man. You got Browns Cardinals. You want to pick Browns Cardinals?
Sure. Browns by a lot.
Browns. Browns. Colts Panthers. Underbelly. Underbelly.
How about Bryce Young, second straight win, and they upset the Colts?
I'm gonna go with the Colts playing outdoors in Carolina. Yeah, I just got Carolina. I'm gonna go with the Colts with the win. At Carolina winning 6. I just don't see it.
Well,
Giants Raiders.
The kings of the underbelly. Brian Scott. Antonio Pierce leads the Raiders to victory in his first interim game as the coach. The Raiders beat the Giants 23-10.
I'm gonna go with my allegiance. My allegiance is with the Raiders. Jimmy Garoppolo, since that's what they're gonna be playing.
An Italian game. You got DeVito, you got the Garoppolo. You want a bowl of pasta and wine?
Cowboys, Eagles. I know who you picking.
Well, I don't want to sound bored. This is a game that Dallas really needs. They need to go on the road to make a statement. So like I was talking about the Dolphins earlier. But you know what? They haven't done it yet. And these are the type of games. You know how the San Francisco game started off. You know how I knew we were going to get fucked up that game. And
how was that?
Because I definitely mean a curse. And I knew we was going to get fucked up. And I mean that with a capital F-U-C-K. For that. The ED could we was going to get fucked up. You know what happened on the first play of the game?
Touchdown?
Got 3 yards. And they threw a flag. You know why?
Why?
Wilson grabbed the man's face mask on the first play of the game on a 3-yard gain and twisted the man's neck all the way around. And that's the kind of dumbass, undisciplined shit we do. We play these good-ass teams.
And you mentioned that.
The road. Philadelphia 34, Dallas 30.
I'm picking Philly to win, too. I think the Eagles, last year I thought the Eagles were frauds. They proved me right. This year I might buy in a little bit more than I did last year. My pick is Eagles Chiefs rematch, and Philly just look like they're on a revenge. Much like the Phillies looked like in the MLB, the Eagles look like they're on a revenge mission. So I got the Eagles winning this week in a close one.
I think the second game, we talk about what Stephon Gilmore was brought over there for. And I love the job that Deron Bland has been doing. It's one of those games that Trayvon did, not having them there, hurts us when the man seems. This is one of those games where I don't like that. Deron Bland might get a lot of A.J. Brown. I'm a little bit concerned about Devontae Smith and who's going to have him in this game. Something about he's dynamic. He's going to be a deep threat, but I'm worried. I'm very cognizant of Devontae Smith for some odd reason going into this. Yeah, that's what I see.
You should be, man.
Shit like that. Tell me what I should be. I already said what I want to say.
Yeah, you should be. I'm just saying, the dude got talent. Dude be making plays. Just saying. Sunday night, along a jungle along the riverfront. Cincinnati, the Bengals will be hosting the Bills. The Bengals are 4-3. Bills are 5-3. Who's gonna get that fourth loss?
Tiger King is gonna be 5-3, and they're playing some very good football right now. It's evidenced by their dismantling of San Francisco last week. Jamar Chase is starting to get that treatment. Start throwing the ball double digits. And then you get Rasul Douglas. But that Jamar Chase is a bad boy. And you can't forget about T. Higgins. And when you try to cover Higgins and Chase, God damn it, Tyler Boyd hitting in the slot. God damn. Cincinnati got him in the playoffs, and they got him again. Much closer game this time, though. 31-27.
I was talking to a guy that you and I both know well by the name of Shobi, and we were talking about Josh. We were talking about Josh Allen, and we were talking about some of the issues he and Stephon Diggs has been having as of late. And we both were mentioning how we noticed that it's starting to seem like Buffalo might be losing a little bit of trust in Josh Allen, in the sense that he's been having some issues late in games, and I know that they've been having some games where he's having some spats on the sidelines with some of his receivers. So, you not that's not to say. With that being said, you start to wonder, like, how at what point do you have to win that Super Bowl if you're Josh Allen before Buffalo goes to get the dynamite? So I think Buffalo, the expectations are high this season, but Sunday's night's not going to help them. I got the Bengals winning as well. Buffalo 34-17. I'm sorry, Bengals 34-17 over Buffalo.
I guess we're just waiting on Monday night.
Dun, 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 dun. And a big, great classic on Monday night. We got the 3-4 Los Angeles Chargers taking on the underbelly, the 4-3 overtime winning New York Jets. Who you got, Joe?
Going for it. What the kid is on 15 with 11:24 left in the game, up 10-7, 4th and 3, and they don't get it. And Brees Hall rushes in on the next play for a 15-yard touchdown run, and they win 14-10 when Justin Herbert throws an interception to Sauce Gardner on the pass intended for Keenan Allen in the last. They run out the clock.
You got exactly what I got. You got exactly what I got. This game is going to come down to a Justin Herbert interception, baby.
Justin Herbert's interceptions, Brandon Staley. Look at the big brain on Brandon. Oh, big brain Brandon.
Big brain Brandon.
In a game like this, Jets stick to the script. They surprise the Chargers. Look, the Jets are 5-3. We're not underbelly. We're really 2 games over 500. Really? and the Chargers have one of those sorry, sad, pitiful primetime performances again, and they fly back to the palm trees in the sand and wonder what the hell could have been. The New York.
I feel for the Chargers. I feel for the Chargers because they just played us last week, so now they got liquid courage going to this game with the Jets. They got that fake courage going against the Jets because they just played us.
Look at the big brain on Brandon.
It really is a lot of teams in the NFL. I'm glad you mentioned that underbelly stuff. It is a lot of teams. I'm like, it's kind of easy to dismiss some of these teams.
We down by 1 point. We at the 4th and 2 at their 24, 4th and 1. We're gonna go for it. We're not gonna kick the field goal. We're gonna go for it.
Yeah, this guy here, man. It really is a lot of look. Like I like what you said about the underbelly, though.
Lions.
No, I said I like what you said about the underbelly because damn, it is a lot of teams in the league. Like the entire NFC South could be considered as underbelly.
Yeah. Those underbelly games, see some of the bad football goes on. All-star, holding, all-star. They get more touchdowns and good plays called back than anything. Every time you see a good play in one of those games, it's called back. I'm gonna get a sack, personal foul, daunting.
You said who get those penalties? You said which team?
All of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you said somebody in the South. Okay, the NFC. I thought you said like the Buccaneers or something.
The belly game on Monday night like this.
Chargers, Jets.
Are the most talented team probably of the underbelly. Look at Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, the name Derwin James, Austin Eckler. They don't play up to it. Right? They don't lose the game. They don't lose. Justin Herbert lose the game. Brandon Staley decision making, and Justin Herbert fourth quarter execution equals a loss.
One of two things is gonna happen with this game. It's gonna be close in the. It's gonna be close, and the Jets gonna win, or it's gonna be close, and it's gonna be close, and the Jets gonna win, or the Chargers gonna blow them out. One of two things gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay, man. I guess that's it for that.
Yeah, we knew we had a big football week. Yeah, we knew we had a big football week.
Turning our attention to the MLB last night, man. Rangers pulled out them big bets after learning that Matt Scherzer and Adolis Garcia will miss the rest of this series with back injuries and an oblique strain, respectively. The Rangers went and opened up a 10-0 can of whoop ass upon the Diamondbacks in Route 20, 11-7 victory to bring them to a 3-1 series lead and one game of their first ever World Series championship. Marcus Semien led the onslaught with 5 RBIs, which included a 3-run homer that gave them the 10-0 lead. Corey Seager also had. Backs up against the wall again. 84 team every last month, about the last 32 games playoffs. They are now up against the 3-1. Also, Rangers 10-0 on the road. Game tonight on Hump Day happens to be about a big pool in Arizona. No,
on the road.
Feels like they start putting the champagne in the freezer now. I don't know. These Rangers have been something.
It does feel like
that. Unbelievable power coming from all over the lineup. And they're getting good, and they're getting good enough pitching. You know what I'm saying? They jump out so quick. You know, you miss the first hit and you get to the second inning, it's already 3-0 or something. But they're jumping out so quick, man. And I don't know, man.
Yep. That's what happened. That's happened in Game 7 of the ALCS.
Said Diamondback this, Diamondback that, but I don't know, man. Diamondback was watching ball flowers.
Team of Destiny. Yeah. Team of Destiny, man. I told you. I told you all along. I told you, man. I felt Texas was that team of Destiny. They were playing like a team of Destiny. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Joe. I'm gonna say they lose Game 5 and then they go home and win it at home. I think Arizona gives us one of those. Hey, man, we had heart 2 performances, but I think Texas wins this. Wins it in 6, but
let me tell you like this. If the Rangers get it done tonight, they don't get it done. They better get it done tonight. They going home tonight. Arizona got them a plan going to Texas too. They'll get both games. In Arlington because of the pressure. Now the pressure comes. Easy not to feel no pressure now in Arizona. But if you go back home, you see all them red hats and all them blue hats and all the anticipation of that very first victory parade for your baseball team. You don't win that game, that 6th game, you know what happened? You know what happened, right?
What happened? Game 7.
Ass cheeks get tight and get to that last game, you know what I'm saying? You got sweaty palms and
but I'm of a different. Here's where we differ though. Here's where I think we have a difference in opinion. I feel like the pressure is still on the pressure's on Arizona. I think the pressure's on Arizona, not Texas. Texas hasn't lost on the road. The pressure's on Arizona to win tonight. So even if you win, so hold on. Texas hasn't lost on the road in the postseason. So even if you lose tonight, Arizona got to go to your place and still win twice. And Texas has been playing well. Now, the injuries.
Covered at home, though.
Now, the injuries can change the series. That's where it gets interesting. But I just still feel like Texas is so strong and it's so meant to be. Team of Destiny. That even if I feel like Arizona winning tonight would be more Arizona trying to save face more than Arizona, re-entering the series. It would be like, all right, we don't want to lose at home more than, all right, we got this when we go to Texas. Now, don't get me wrong. It could fire you up because it keeps you alive. But overall, I think a win for Arizona tonight, still the pressure is still on Arizona.
Okay. Hey, better get that. I think our next show is gonna be on Tuesday if you're available. I think the way the schedule falls, it's gonna be like Tuesday next week. But hey, they better get it done tonight. Remember what I said? You get it done tonight. I'll be going into Saturday night like, oh, this is what Joe said.
You said Tuesday? What you want, Monday? What you want to do, Monday or Tuesday? What you want, Monday, Tuesday? I'm free either.
I believe it's probably gonna be Tuesday.
All right, I got you. We do election day. Election day.
Both for your favorite podcast. All right. my campaign. NBA, the Bulls. Should we celebrate Zach LaVine's 51-point effort over the weekend?
Nope.
The loss, right?
Yep. And he also had no assists, but that wasn't the problem. The problem wasn't Zach LaVine. The problem was nobody else scored. Nobody else scored. When Zach LaVine fought, and Zach LaVine fought, he ain't got no assists, and nobody else scored. But also Zach doesn't really look for other guys most times anyway. So I was saying.
It finally Vucevic had 24, 9 points late. Record right now, 2-2.
2-2.
Hey,
let me say. Hey, I know you probably had. I know you had a rent. I know you probably got a rent. You coming to my side on this. You probably about to start renting. But I want to say this about the Bulls. Torrey Craig. I like the Torrey Craig pickup. He's an improved shooter. I like that defensive lineup that they go with in the second quarter. They went with the second quarter against Indiana the other night with DeMar, Carter, Torrey Craig, Drummond, and I don't think it was I think it was Patrick Williams. It might have been Patrick Williams. But whoever that fifth guy was, Patrick Williams got to step it up, man. Come on.
Caruso?
Yes, Caruso. Yes, it was Caruso.
We got Craig, Caruso, and Carter. So we're a crappy team. Feel like the balls on the floor. You're gonna see one of those players diving.
And you notice the Bulls are playing lower scoring games though. Like it was 112-105 with Indiana, but like that didn't happen until the end of the game. Both teams start hitting everything like in the fourth quarter. It was low. It was actually a defensive game.
Some odd reason, we're 2-2 right now. I feel like if I talk to you next week, they're going to be about 3-4. When I talk to you a week after that, they're going to be about maybe 6-5, and we'll talk again, and they'll be 7-10. Then we'll talk to you a week after that, and they'll be 12-11, and they're just going to
middle of the road. You think they're middle of the road team?
Win 3 out of 4, lose 2 out of 3. Win 4 out of 5, lose 6. Right in the middle, man. That's why I just got him at, man. Just look at the talent right now that you're facing just in the East alone. And when you talk about underbellies of conferences, I don't think they scare anybody. This team doesn't. I don't know if this is under. They're like, I don't know. We don't know what kind of midsection team this is. Really in the underbelly or really like in the upper tier.
Feel like they're right here. Feel like they're like right here. Like right here or something.
They're not quite the chest. They're not right there where the heartbeat at. But they're not up in the belly. They're just the sternum. They're just right there in the little part where you feel your little chest plates right there. A little hole right there.
Yeah.
They're just a fucking sternum.
I don't know, man. Like the Bulls have some things that I like. Like I like Kobe. Oh,
like his hair.
Oh my goodness! You mean the point guard that we drafted? You mean the point guard to point guard can actually play point guard? Wow!
Excited about that.
What interesting development.
Excited about that. I hardly can contain myself on air. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they have to do. I don't know who. I think they're gonna have to show me. They're gonna have to try to go on something or kind of sample size of beating some good teams. What they like?
Yeah.
For me to show them that they really can do it. The Bulls are the team right now. They'll go play Phoenix right now and beat them. Like, I mean, the Bulls beat Phoenix.
That ain't saying nothing. The Spurs just beat Phoenix last night.
Bill and Booker will come play them in Chicago. You watch the game. Heads get dripped.
That ain't saying nothing. Everybody beating the Suns right now, except the Warriors.
Spurs did last night. Yeah, I mean, Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, I know the Spurs got them last night. Wembanyama and them came back.
See, I just feel like that's another team that's passing up the Bulls, man. They rebuilt. They got one pick. They still have some good young pieces. They made it trades. They got the culture right there. It's just incredible. It's it's went through the test of time. That's another team. I look at them. Hey, they might be in the underbelly, but they're gonna be hurting other people's stomach in the long run. You ain't gonna want to play them. You know what I'm saying? You want to play us. Our teams want to play us.
I like the Bulls. I'm gonna be real. I like that the Bulls beat Indiana though. I like that they beat Indiana because to me that was a must-win game. That's a 50-50 game for the Bulls. You gotta win that. That's a team that's like right there with you.
I was excited about that. Like you said, a team that's right there with us. They're gonna be 500 too. They just have payroll. We're gonna stop 40. We got 42 and 40. Hit array. Us. We are.
And sarcastic about that, by the way. And I wasn't being sarcastic about Kobe White. I'm serious. Like, why? Like I said, I've been saying for years. Like, I think he could be a starting point guard. Like, he could be a starter. I've been saying for years, I think he could be a starter. And it's like now you finally give him the damn shot after you went through all these issues.
In 20 a little bit more. You know? Take a little time. Not a kid no more. Make some grown man decisions, not Kobe. Make some grown man decisions on the court. That's what he's doing. Hats off to the kid. He's doing great. I'm proud of him.
Thoughts on Patrick Williams?
To really have an in-depth analysis of Patrick Williams, but I hope that he's know that you do. How has he been in your opinion?
It's about the same. It's year 4, man. I kind of want to see more. And like the same with Patrick Williams, man. Look, if I pick you top 5, I need immediate impact. We in year 4, man. Like I don't need just look, offensive upside is cool, but you got to realize that upside by year 2. Now, in fairness, he totally lost year 2. That was the year when he messed his wrist up. So, in fairness, if you want to be fair, this is the year, dude. It's like this the year you got to take that leap. This the year you got to start taking those shots that they give you on that team. If you're gonna be the man, you're gonna be the number 4 pick. We need you to be another guy. 18 and 8, averaging 18 and 8 as a number 4 pick. That's role player numbers. I need you to give me some star numbers. So for Patrick Williams, I just would like to see the upside finally realized completely, or it might be time to move on.
Right now, 18 season.
You say what?
18 and 8. These first 4 games.
No, I'm saying like that's usually his output. Like he'll usually shoot like 8 or 12 for 18 points, 8 rebounds. And I'm saying like that's cool. Even that, but even 18 and 8, that's not for a number 4 overall pick. That's not, that's not really what you want.
Are you talking about overall pick? But we also got to realize how the options and how the shot gonna come. How many shots you get? Does Billy down up, lead him with 4 feet? He on the floor with Drummond, Russo, Fred, Carter. Option instead of like number 4 when they start the game, and maybe get more shots and get a little bit more production out of him. I just think he defers him a little bit. He's gotta get out of that deferring mode.
So but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like Stacey King even said that as a number 4 pick, you in year 4. It's time for you to start being, hey, I was a number 4 pick. Give me that damn ball.
And hopefully, guy like the road on question the team trying to kill that. Patrick. Yeah, who you got next? What are you looking at? Now you're looking at me. What the Bulls got next?
I forgot. I can't remember. You remember who they got next?
I think they'll win.
You think they'll win? Who they got next?
I think they'll win, though. I don't know. I thought you were going to tell me.
I got you. Hold on, man. It is going to be the Mavs. No, they're not winning that. They play the Mavs tonight.
Where? Here.
That will be in Dallas. The 3-0 Mavs in Dallas.
Too bad I don't have any.
They got.
I have enough.
They start. They start the in-season tournament on Friday against Brooklyn.
Scratch a few wins during that. Get some cohesion. Tonight before the tournament, yeah, Patrick Williams looks to defending the great guy. He'll get some time doing that, but that's how it is right now. You know how it is. James friggin' Harden done it again. After Oklahoma City never wanted to pay the luxury tax for a player, James Harden showed him wrong. He was motivated. He went to Houston and he blew up like a man smoking a cigarette at the gas station. MVP, all NBAs, championship eluded him. And one of the reasons the championship eluded him was because of his own piss poor playoff performance. Say that 5 times real fast.
Piss poor playoff performance. Piss poor playoff performance. Piss poor playoff performance. Piss poor playoff performance. Piss poor playoff performance.
That's right. James Harden. Playing enough help in despite playing with fame all-star players such as Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul, he decided to take his talents to Brooklyn, where he was going to be with the super team, the machine, they would call it themselves, Kyrie Irving, Kevin. But something happened along the way. Kyrie Irving had his own agenda. He wouldn't get COVID tests. Things were happening to keep him away from the court.
Kevin Durant was away from the court.
And James just never really liked to do the direction this thing was going.
Can I say something about that one? That was justified. I totally understand why he was tired of that, though. Like that stint in Brooklyn, most of that was not about basketball. Most of that had nothing to do with basketball. Because on the court, he was leading the league in assists. That's all I'm saying. He was having a hell of a year. That's all I'm saying.
Now, after that dissolved, he found himself city of brotherly love with another All-Star Hall of Fame type brother in Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers as his coach.
You in this shock, man. Hey, Doc in the booth now, man.
This team would fight in the division to get to the second round of Harden seasons, but the second season would end with a real Game 7 dud. After Harden scored like about 45 points in the first game in the Garden, Boston that is, without Joel Embiid to lift him to a 1-0 lead, things battled back and forth. They ended up in the game 7. With James Harden was viable no-show, but man, his extreme achievement. He threw the ball over there. He threw the ball every damn where. Except where it was supposed to go.
In the basket.
9-point performance. Coupled with 5 turnovers. Starting numerous Boston Celtics fans. In the offseason, James Harden proclaimed his beliefs that Daryl Morey is a liar. That he would, quote, never, ever play for that man again.
That was an ugly situation.
So on October 30th, the Philadelphia 76ers granted this man's property. They traded him away to the Los Angeles Clippers. Or players such as Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, and Robert Covington. Of course, Harden was traded with his long-time goon friend buddy, P, I got the dopest shoe collector in the NBA.
PJ Tucker. Yep. PJ Tucker. Yep.
Now James Harden will go through his career playing with Brett, Russell Westbrook a couple of times.
Three times. 3 times with Westbrook.
Chris Paul. Joel Embiid. Now he's going to be playing with guess who?
Kawhi.
Paul George.
Hey.
Westbrook.
You said, hey, Joe. You said Kawhi Leonard, right? Is he? Is he going to be playing with Kawhi? Like, how's Kawhi's health looking this year?
Hey. He looked good in the Jack Harlow commercials. Yeah. Hey, you.
But how he looking on that crypto.com court?
No.
Hey, you right about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Hey, you, bro, you see that commercial like 6 times. You see that like 100 times every game. G. It don't matter what sport you watching. Hey, you. Can we come together?
Money, Kawhi get court money. Got my 2 rings already.
That Shohei commercial.
I need on field right. I'm not. Got my 2. So I have 2 questions. Are you there? Questions. It's a 2-part question. Which team do you think will benefit the most in this trade? Second question. Is this James Harden last and best chance to win a championship?
Here's how I like to answer this. Last chance, yes. Best chance, no. I feel like the best chance was. I'm sorry, Justin. The best chance was the team that missed the 27 straight threes. What was the first question?
Which team benefits the most from this trade?
Which team benefits the most from the trade? Honestly, the Sixers. The Sixers. Because I watched that game last Thursday against Milwaukee. And I'm gonna be real with you.
Max ain't having no problem.
Yeah, they had me thinking they could have been the Eastern Conference Finals.
Underground addition to Kelly Oubre, that team didn't look like they was really in need. And now you're gonna add
right. They didn't really look like they needed James Harden.
Some really nice glue pieces. We talk about it. Marcus Morris, if he ever get off the bench, Robert Covington and Nick Batum, who's gonna be specifically 3-and-D type of players, specifically there for 3-and-D players. I mean, when you're in the East, you got to deal with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, you got to deal with R.J. Barrett, you got to deal with Quickly, and all these other 2s and 3s, DeJounte Murray's, and these people that can get out there and defend. So now you talk about having guys like Covington, talk about Batum. I just mentioned Oubre. So you got some length there on that wing. And like I said, Tyrese Maxey didn't like he was having no problems with me. I also throw Anthony Melton into that defensive mix.
Yeah.
Let me say again, Tyrese Maxey like he was having no.
Hey, don't forget Springer neither. Jaden Springer played great in that game against Milwaukee on Thursday night.
As well. And like I say, everybody got this and that in the East. Everybody got this and that in the NBA. Nobody got 7'2", 280.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. Though, man. Philadelphia. Here's what I'm gonna say. They had me convinced, like, yo, they could make it to the conference finals without Harden. Like that roster, way they played against Milwaukee, because they were down. Like you gotta remember, they were down most of that game, and then they came back to win it. Didn't win it.
Put up some points, gave them the lead.
You say what?
say Maxey hit some great clutch baskets in that fourth quarter.
Right.
Game, what he did in the last minutes with the last.
It was game time.
He did his thing. So,
right, it was game time. But Philadelphia, hey, don't let the name value fool you here. Philly came out good in that trade. I mean, if I was Philly, I would like to keep PJ Tucker, but you can't. But let's be real, you probably needed him to make money match. So it's like I get it, but if I'm Philly, you came out good in that trade.
If you throw an elbow at somebody every now and then, you got Morris. You know. So I think they came out well in that trade too. And then just the whole circus of it. You get tired of asking questions about. I think Nick Nurse probably got tired of asking questions about James Harden. I just got this job. I'm trying to jail with this MVP. I'm not gonna keep asking about a question about a guy who clearly doesn't want to be here. So we made a move to get him out of here. Now they're gonna be much better for that. Now we see what happens now with the Clippers and their expectations. I was talking with somebody about who do they start? Is that the starting lineup now? Westbrook, Harden, George, Leonard, and Zubac. Is that the starting lineup? Or do Westbrook or Harden, one of those guys come up?
I wouldn't be. I don't see why I wouldn't be. Other than Bones Highland, who else would you put in that damn starting lineup? Terrence Mann? Did they keep Terrence? They kept Terrence Mann, didn't they?
I just know. Come on, James Harden and Paul George. Yeah. Looking for that playoff.
You said Damian. You said Paul George and James Harden.
Playoff P is missing James. I don't want to be still missing James. Milk Carton James. Milk Carton James.
Harden James.
Milk Carton Harden.
Milk Carton. Oh, don't do that. Milk Carton James. That's like when the Bulls had Wade. When the Bulls had D Wade, and most was calling him PTO Wade. The Bulls had Wade, and they called him. Remember, the Bulls had D Wade. Most called him PTO Wade.
He was. I'm doing too much. I'm just here chilling and shit, man. I'm just getting to play in the hometown. There are people in Hillcrest, people ain't never really seen me play all the time. Then to come here and let them see me play. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. PTO Wade, but only in the playoffs. Milk Carton Harden. I see you up here buffering, man. I guess he'll be done buffering in a minute. So, of course, I don't want to get into the next segment of the show without him, so I'm going to let him buffer. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I just feel like it's somebody that's in the chat. I don't know who actually is in the chat because he hasn't told me who's in the chat. And now, now when I go to one screen like that, I know he's doing something very technical with the show, and I know he'll be back with me very, very soon because he likes being here with me, just like everybody who in the chat right now like being here with me. But yeah, James Harden, man, the pressure's on, man. It's time for you to do what you need to do. You don't blame people. You don't blame Morey. Another start, another new beginning. You closer to home. You know, the California connection with you and Kawhi, Westbrook, George, 4 homegrown players. Can they bring it home in a tough, loaded West? We haven't even seen Phoenix full throttle yet. We know Denver's probably the most formidable, it's very super formidable still as the champion. Plus with all the up-and-coming teams, the Dallas is trying to get it together, your Sacramento's, of course, your Golden State still going to be a factor, Steph Curry in there. So this is going to be just a very, very interesting thing to see how these Clippers gel. I believe they got a big game, national televised game coming up with the Lakers this weekend. So that should be very fun, very star-studded. I don't want to say bad mother without Rouse. I really don't. I'm quite sure he's going to come back. So we're going to give him a 20 count before we do that. Just to remind y'all, first poll came out yesterday for the college football playoffs. Like I mentioned earlier, Ohio State holding down the #1 spot, followed by defending champion Georgia. Michigan comes in at 3, and Florida State at #4. Now he's back.
It was good. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I heard you said on the 20 count. I appreciate that, bro. I don't know what that was all about, but
I need 20 count. I'm going to do the 20 count.
you know, I heard what you were saying. No, but I heard what you said though. Like I wanted to get some thoughts in, but I guess technology said F Rouse. But what I wanted to say, but no, you're right though. The West is pretty star-studded. Teams are chasing Denver right now, and I wanted to get some thoughts into my first impressions of the first week. I think Phoenix. I would like to see Phoenix healthy first off. So you know, the loss against San Antonio was pretty tough, but Phoenix got some pretty good role players. I like the way Josh Okogie played in that one game against the first half of that game against the Lakers. But you know, the West is gonna be interesting, man. And shout out to LeBron, man. Year 21, still flying through the air.
He is super efficient. Anthony Davis. I think he's the measuring stick to show how that team is going to be up there, be fighting with the Western heavyweights. Anthony Davis is going to have to be damn near in the MVP conversation. He's going to have to be in the not damn. He's going to have to be in it solidly.
Yeah.
And that little stretch he had last year, he was doing all the 30ish and 20ish. He's got to do. He's going to have to be doing that. He's got to show. He's got a chance of doing that damn near every night. For that team.
Yeah.
But bad mother. Whoa. Bad mother. Every great sports show have their own theme music, and that's our own theme music. James Brown and the Blackbirds, funky medley in the park.
Yeah. There you go, boy. He got it. He knocked it out.
Like I said, knock it out. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he don't really. I didn't do it. Anyway, let's get to it. Word of the day. Word of the week.
Improve. My word is improve. You should be working to improve. Improve your quality of life. Improve your financial situation. You're working to improve your life. So I just want to work to always improve. Always look to improve. You know what I'm saying? In your life. Also, even with some of these sports teams, look to improve. So just, hey, improve.
Anything. So fantasy football, even life. Like I've had to be very resilient. You started off with my health questions, all kind of stuff going on throughout the year. I said, I had surgery on my neck and back. My Facebook been hacked.
Yeah.
Track. Still life ain't cutting me no slack. Battling. It's like up, down. I just sit and train. Smile. Cry. Hopefully he smiles. You got to be resilient. Dog world. You're not resilient. First little thing, so you for a loop to take you off the path. In time, tough.
I agree with that, man. Definitely got to be resilient. Starting to get to that Chicago cold too, man. Where we just waking up and going to work, you're gonna have to be resilient.
Wasn't that a surprise for Halloween? They say, watch this. Halloween was like, watch this.
Man, I get out of work. We walk out the building. I'm like, whoa.
When was that in the forecast? I saw something about frost warning, but this is ridiculous.
Right, it said freeze warning. It didn't say nothing about snow. It said freeze warning.
Damn. Gold Stars.
Yeah.
Gold Stars.
I got something for some college teams, man. Shout out Illinois Tech women's soccer, man. Unbeaten at home this season, man. 11-0-1. They'll be playing tonight in the NAC semifinals against the St. Norbert Green Knights. Yours truly will be on the call for Illinois Tech against St. Norbert Green Knights women's soccer. NAC semifinal.
Well, after you finish with me, you're probably going to get you some rest and drink some lemon juice and water or some tea or whatever you do.
Oh, man, I just, you know me. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I just chill, man. I just chill and do a little prep. You know, chill and do a little prep, man. You know, you got the spirit got to be right. Spirit and mind got to be right so your work can be right. Yeah.
My gold star goes to the sports world. For the first time, or in a long time, but it's only happened 29 times in history, where every sport was being played on one day. All 4 sports: hockey,
the equinox,
basketball, football. All was going on Monday. Get your popcorn ready. Like name one fantasy team, get your popcorn ready. I call them GYP.
Yeah.
You know, GYPR. You know, they do their thing, but yeah, all the sports was going on. I think it was the first time since I believe 2012 that this had all happened. But you know, everything was going on. We had World Series baseball, yeah, regular season, and all the other sports. Hockey, you know, hockey just starting, basketball just starting. You like in the middle part of the football season. So shout out to the sports world for just showing everybody what's going on. It's a beautiful thing.
I love when we get the little sports equinox. Right, I love when we get the little sports equinox. That is fun.
Everything comes to that apex. You know what I'm saying? You know, it always happened in May, but I don't know if they want to count the draft as it actually being the game with the NFL draft.
Nah, that don't count.
That basketball, let's get that baseball, but the draft get a lot of attention. So
no, it's got to be actual games. It's got to be actual games, and not preseason. And they got to count like games. They count, yeah.
Got to count. Gotta count.
Yeah.
Gotta count.
No, I'm with you on that. Detention. Valus Jones.
Now, I had to.
Valus Jones with the Bears.
More than I can. I'll share it with you, but I didn't see it. Now, I had to work. I had to do inventory this week, 2 to 9:30 on Sunday. But I did hear about David Kaplan. I listened to Bears. I listened to NFL Monday on. It's great comedy radio after the Bears game on Sunday. Listen to them on Monday morning. So they were telling me Jones falling down and slipping and falling or whatever, missing the pass or whatever he did. So you can give me your description as an avid fan of what he did.
It's not even that. I'm gonna be real. My detention for Valus Jones is wider reaching than just him dropping the ball against the Chargers Sunday. Anyway, here's what happened Sunday. He was wide open. It was 17-0. He was wide open in the end zone. Tyson Bagent threw the ball to him right in the end zone. Valus slipped while trying to catch it. But as he slipped, the ball still landed perfectly right here in his chest and hands. And so when it landed, it hit, and he missed it, and then it fell to the ground. Here I'm gonna try to give you a visual representation. He's going back, he waiting on it, he falls, so now he's on the ground. Not on the ground here, Joe. The ball falls.
I mean, where do you want?
And he missed it.
I mean, where the hell do you want the ball? Yes. I know Valus Jones. They were talking about the radio perhaps being the worst draft pick possibly in Bears history. You know, y'all actually wanted him. Y'all actually. I mean, he's muff stuff. You know, he's not having this.
Yeah, and that's what. And honestly,
he could have a not so top 10 by himself.
That honestly, that's where. That's what I'm saying. That's why the detention. That's why I'm like, all right, it's time to give him detention now, because it's like. I watch these games every week, and every week I'm like, come on, Valus. Every week. You could ask my dad. Like, every week I'm like, come on, Valus. Like, man, every week is something. He do something. He'll muff a punt. He'll return a kick he shouldn't return. He'll fumble. He'll drop a pass. It's like, all right, Valus. That's why my detention is not just the one he dropped this week. It's a wide-reaching array of like, come on, Valus.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, Valus.
Why you still believe?
You said what?
Why you still believing in guys?
Huh?
Like, why you still believing in it?
He be watching it with. Yeah, he be watching with me like, come on, man. What you doing, man? He got the ball right in his hands.
You know what I tell players like that when that direct deposit hit?
Ski man.
Some notes. You look at it and you say 75,426 from Chicago Bears football team.
Ski mask way.
Dressing up like a football player. Dressing up like ain't play a lick. Just getting paid. Robbing them.
Hey, forget the fair one. He get his the fast way. Ski mask way. Ran some notes. Some notes.
My putts. Get mine fast. If you drop another pass and muff another punt, man.
Man, I'm like, come on, dude. Damn, bro. Every week he doing something wrong. Every week. I'm like, come on, Valus. Like, literally, and I don't even get mad. I'm just like, come on, Valus. Damn, man. And it's always at a bad time in the game.
Don't stop committing malpractice out here. Yeah, so negligent ass behavior, man. Doing out here, man. Then you think like people.
I'm not even trying to like crap on the dude. It's just like, damn, dude. Every week, I watch these games every week, and every week you do something where I'm like, come on, man, what are you doing, Valus? And you're a return guy.
Probably shouldn't return.
It's the return, man. Come on, dude.
I don't know, man. Really don't.
You got one on detention, you good.
So I was thinking about working all freaking weekend. What else did I do this weekend? I want to put the guy in detention. There's the Walker guy.
I got one. That damn thief at the Rose Bowl. The damn thief at the Rose Bowl or security, whoever the hell at Colorado and UCLA. How the hell people stealing out of their locker room in the middle of the game?
Mall cops. Ain't got real security. All cops, inside jobs. He got the job just to steal. He probably had the job for 3 years. They probably didn't give him a day off or something. Watch this. Hey, bro, I know the combination of so-and-so lock in and I'll come in.
No, come on.
I'll come in there at 4 o'clock. It started at 2:30. They're going to be just out on the field for the third quarter. Y'all come on back.
Forget detention. If they find you, your ass going to be in jail.
You won't be detained. You're a thief.
You're going to be detained. Forget detention. You'll be detained. Right. Hey, by the way, in Colorado, they got to get some O-line help too, man. Like, good to see the Bears ain't the only ones going through this.
You're gonna need somebody. You're gonna need some time. It's hard to throw the football when you're on your back, and you know.
Yeah, Shador, man. Shador gets the snap, and he got like 3 dudes in his face. It's like, damn, bro. Like you know what? Colorado their play calling. Honestly, Colorado, because of the O-line, they're in the Bears. The play calling is almost similar. Shador got
to throw quick,
throw screens to get rid of it.
Screen, kill. Screen.
Right, yeah, kill. That's the difference. Though. Shador got a check screen. Beijing go into play knowing it's a screen. Like, all right, y'all, screen one.
Options. Screen left, screen right.
Right.
Screen right. We're going screen left. Kill. Screen right.
Screen right. Kill. Screen right. Screen right.
threw a screen pass for 3 yards. What was the situation? It was 2nd and 12.
3rd and 18. They'll never see this coming.
Screen left. They don't think we'll pull it again. What did you get? No gain. You got 4th and 9.
4th and 9.
You think that you really freaking tried. You didn't try.
He didn't do it.
He didn't. Who's in the chat?
Really, it was just Darius, man. He slid through. I know a few other people slid through, but they didn't make themselves known. They did check us out. So good morning. Good afternoon now. It's noon now in Chicago. But we all live. It's all love.
Of course, this is being shared. I'll look at it again. I'll share. Like I said, we're probably Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday.
How my schedule is going to fall right after that compelling, like coming in off a compelling underbelly game. Big brain Brandon Stelly still going up against the Jets on the Monday. It's going to be a real game to come in on, I think. I'm expecting a lot of right humor.
And watch we get like the game of the year now.
Yeah, this could be it. I think this could be it. Waiting on that big brain Brandon Stelly 4th quarter decision. That's what we're waiting on. You know it's going to be something else. That's the coach right there that's not trying to be like anybody. He's not trying to win. He's just trying to prove. He's just doing this for the analytics and the statistics.
I can do this. I could do this.
I wonder, was he telling everybody, hey, well, if we got the ball in our own 20 and 4th down, we're going to go for it. Is he saying that shit in the interview? No. He's doing it now. Yeah, man. So we'll catch y'all next Tuesday.
Yes, we will.
Dr. Chris Rouse, Dr. Joseph Gregory. Hope you were informed and entertained. We'll catch y'all next Tuesday. Peace.